So, which year is this of Paris Photo?
This is the 15 years anniversary of Paris Photo.
Anniversary already.
Yes.
So, what would you say? Did it change from the beginning until now? Is it different?
Well, I say the major difference is this year, as we are entering into the Grand Palais, in the center of Paris, the flagship of the art of Paris.
And the concept is not different?
Yes, the concept is different because we decided to include in the fair a number of new elements, like a platform of talk and discussion with artists and art critiques. We had shows inside the fair, private collector showing their collection, museum institution showing their recent acquisition, a book prize, an exhibition on books. So many things changed.
Okay, tell me, is there a conflict between museums and market in what can place as art in photography?
There is no concept. There is no conflict. There is no conflict in between museum and the market. On the contrary, I think that any pieces which is validated by a museum becomes an important piece for the market. So, and as we all know, museum needs to find the right piece, and galleries are helping to find and discuss with the artist and define important element to be found. So, you know, it's all about making sure that the important work is visible and accessible. Sorry.
So the market is not dictating what should the artist do and make.
I don't have this feeling at all.
So tell me, with how many percentage will the photography enter the market and the money flow in art business, in trading art?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there is any way to get that kind of information.
But is it growing? I mean,
oh yes, of course it's of course. I mean, photography is more than ever the most important, one of the most important new component in the world of art, and there is more and more collectors of photography, and so of course it means that the more demand you have, the good pieces are not, you know, obvious to find. So scarcity is the beginning of increase in price.
So we heard this term, new documentary photography. What does it mean? What is it?
Well, I think it's you know, I'm really against category, but I guess it's a title for saying that there is a recognition of subjective documentary, which is an understanding that photography is by nature subjective. So instead of hiding it, it's a way to claim it.
So the documentary photography is growing, like in conceptual photography or art photography? Or
I think that our perception of what is photography has evolved, which means that we recognize that there are different types of approach to photography, but those types existed since the beginning of photography. It's just our way to look at it which is changing.
So can you tell us, the collectors, what is their perspective now? What do they buy most? Proof pieces, old pieces, new documentary?
I think there is a good balance in between different approach and different genre of photography, from contemporary to modern to vintage to anonymous, and what is important in the end is the dialogue between all those pieces.
What is the dialogue?
Well, it means that you can see the evolution of photography. You can, you know, artists from different periods can connect to each other, and that's what it's all about.
So, what is your goal from this? Because you're new here on the Paris Photo. What is your contribute? How do you contribute to the Paris Photo? What is your main idea that you are led by?
As I said at the beginning of our conversation, for me the most important is the inclusion of photography in the history of art, and not only photography looking to photography only, but making this outreach to the way we can read those images, understand those images, understand the artist approach behind each work, so that it's better included in our understanding of the 20th century sensitivity.
But does that include just professionals or maybe the wider
Of course
public?
not.
Yeah.
I'm not working for a small audience. We have a huge queue outside for the Grand Palais every day, which means that it is a large audience event.
And that is important to be included in common world.
Well, photography is, I guess, the most common and shared process today. It doesn't mean that all images are photographed, but there is a very strong link between our daily usage and confrontation with images and a place like Paris Photo.